we're going to look at cross multiplying to see how that works and get a couple examples and get more comfortable with it. We're going to look at two examples because I just have a feeling if we do part A and if we do part D, I think by the end of it you'll feel pretty comfortable doing pretty much any of the problems that involve cross multiplying in this chapter. So let's get started on A, and then we'll work on a slightly more difficult problem. So cross multiplying 101, make a little X there. I like to do the one with a variable first if only one of them does it. So I'm going to put these two together, cross multiplying. So we're going to multiply y and 8. So we're going to make that 8y, which equals the other one. So 3 times 24. Before we go on, I think it would be nice to clean that up. 3 times 24, what's that, 72? 72? Yeah. Okay, so that's cross multiplying. The next thing we want to do is we want to divide to get y by itself. So y equals 72 divided by 8, which is 9. So at the very most basic level, that right there is what cross multiplying looks like to solve for a variable. Now let's go on to D because that's a little bit more complicated because instead of just having one thing on each part of the fraction, two of the parts have a couple things on there, and we need to be a little bit careful in how we attack that. So let's start by cross multiplying, and let's do this one first. Now when we multiply this, we want to multiply the 4 by this entire thing, not just part of it. So when we write out the cross multiplication step, since we want the 4 to be multiplied by the whole thing, we're going to put this whole thing here in parentheses. So it's going to be 4 times this whole thing, x plus 1. And that's going to be equal to, I'm going to do the other one now. And again, this 3 isn't just being multiplied by part of it. It's the whole thing that's being multiplied by 3. So you're going to put a parentheses there. It's going to be 3 times x minus 1. The reason it's so important to put that parenthesis there is because that's going to make it very obvious in our next step that we're supposed to do the distributive property. And if you didn't have the parentheses there, you probably wouldn't notice that. So we've got 4x plus 4. And on the other side, 3x minus 3. And because it was a little bit more complicated, it will just take a few more steps to finish it up. So we want to get all of the x's on one side, and we want to get all of the numbers on the other side. I'm noticing that if I move the 3x over here, then it's going to make it so that after we're done doing that, the x's will still be positive. And I like it when the variable remains positive, so I'm going to move that over there. So I've got an x over here plus 4 equals negative 3. Now I'm going to subtract 4 from each side. And when I do that, go away, and I've got x equals negative 3 and negative 4 make negative 7. And there you go. There's a couple examples of cross multiplication, more basic example, and then a little bit more complicated example where you need to remember to use the parentheses. So try a few on your own, and good luck.